Plato was born in the 420s BC in Athens, Greece, to a wealthy, important family. For about the first 23 years of his life, Athens was a war-torn city, and the period following the war was politically tumultuous. However, Plato received the best education that was available to wealthy male citizens at the time. Later, he founded the Academia in Athens, which is considered to be the first institute of higher learning in the Western world. Idealism was born during this period, and Plato's ideas formulated the basis for this philosophy. Idealism dealt with truth, and the fact that truth perceived by the senses was often distorted and therefore not real truth, whereas reality gained through the world of ideas was real truth. This genuine reality was attained through developing one's intellect, and this was accomplished through education. So Plato's ideas influenced education greatly during his time period, but have continued to influence education ever since. He believed that justice was at the forefront of man's need for education, because a just society was a harmonious society. In his Republic, Plato stated, "Now this very thing, sound judgment, is clearly some kind of knowledge, for it is through knowledge, not ignorance, that people judge soundly." Plato considered individual justice as well as social justice to be vitally important for a harmonious society. Justice and harmony in society were independent, according to Plato, and because of this, only the educated citizens who experienced real truth were fit to govern. A truly educated citizen who explored the world of ideas and therefore experienced real truth would also know justice and would ensure a just world for himself and all of society. In our society today, we are experiencing a tumultuous political environment similar to some of the issues that face Plato's world in Athens in his childhood and young adulthood. The problems in society at that time, noted by Plato in his writings, are some of the same issues that our society faces today. The discrepancies over what is truth and what is not truth, the ethical dilemmas in our society, the longing for individual and social justice, and the desire for leaders of substance and worth are all similar to issues that faced Greece at that time. The knowledge that the quality of our children's education is equal to the quality of our future is also an idea that Plato was aware of and that our education system is aware of today. As Knight asserts in his writings of idealism in his philosophy and education, we know something is true, they claim, when it fits into the harmonious nature of the universe. Ethically, one must live in harmony with the universe. This aligns with the Christian worldview of living in harmony with the laws and teachings of Christianity and God. It also aligns with the way that the ideal classroom is envisioned in our country today. The values that characterize our ideal classroom, the environment of the ideal classroom today, which includes inclusivity, tolerance, acceptance, support, and safety, are values that serve to create a harmonious society in the classroom community. Plato considered the ideal teacher to be a beloved and wise guide. As Knight states, the teacher's role is to pass on knowledge of reality and to be examples of the ethical ideal. This is true today as education has taken on new objectives to ensure that students are guided by knowledgeable, kind, and prepared leaders. Plato considered education important for developing students' character. This is also true today, as schools have stepped up to provide character education for students, primarily due to problems in our society that make it impossible for students to gain this type of education in the home. And these problems include widespread poverty, drug abuse, violence, absent parents, and other social issues. Plato was the first to suggest that equal opportunities for education be made available for men and women. He believed that this was the only way to ensure a just society. This was radical at his time, but mirrors our education today, where inclusive classrooms are the norm. Today, all students have an opportunity for education, and this includes all genders and races, and students with exceptionalities, and students that are just learning English or may not even speak English at all. Plato prescribed a curriculum that prepared students for a higher calling in life. This is also at the heart of our education system today, where state standards ensure that all students have an opportunity for an education that will prepare them for higher learning and hopefully a vocation of their choice. I will end my discussion of Plato with a quote from Bergen in his special issue on Ideas of Plato in the Philosophy of the 21st Century. The depth and breadth of Plato's works make them important for our time. The best thinkers continue to find inspiration and ideas in these works, relating them to the reality of the contemporary civilization. Thank you.